big job ahead. I have got to get the garden ready, or should I say the greenhouse ready for winter. Things are getting cold now. Leaves are definitely falling. I need to sort out the greenhouse in the sense of this is going to be a space where all my garden plants in pots will come. So all of this I need to move over here without it being too overcrowded. And this actual shoving unit is going into the shed to make room for all the pots. So I better get going, I guess. But where do I put you? Let me just think. So I do not stop growing things just because it's winter. But what you need to make sure of is that if you have a greenhouse space, that you don't overcrowd, because overcrowding can cause mold, it causes pests, it causes death to your plants. So as long as you remember that, you're all good. So yes, I am doing exactly what I've just said not to for the time being. I am moving all of my plants into a crowded area just so that I can move my shelving. Because I really, really need to get this out. So until it's out, things are going to be a little bit hectic. And there's a lot of plants that haven't germinated yet, but it doesn't mean they won't. With all plants, like with all humans, all animals, they will come up when they want to come up. You can't rush them. They will do what they will do when they want to do it. So I do have a lot of pots that look like there's nothing in them. The seeds inside are just a little bit shy. So that's all of that cleared. I know you can't see me for the moment. Bear with me. Just getting rid of a couple of water bottles so they're out of here. Now I still have tomatoes growing, which I will really, really have to be careful with. Because very, very shortly I'm going to have to get rid of them. Whether there's fruit on them or not, they're going to have to go. So I have bamboo, 6 that didn't actually get used, and they can go. These didn't dry as much as I wanted, but they're all just plain pots now. So I will take out empty pots. Just move them to one side on a temporary basis. I find this sort of size pot absolutely ideal for when I'm germinating, rather than using a tray, which I'm not overly keen on. But this size pot, absolutely perfect for me. We all have our different ways. We all have things we like, things we don't like, and this is my like. See, now here's a prime example. So a tomato has fallen into this pot, but you can see the mould on it. Now that mould is what you get if you put too many plants all together in your greenhouse. You just end up with them going mouldy, which is no good for anybody. Not the plants and not for you. So let's move these out of the way. Beanie's going to be very annoyed because I've just covered her drinking tray up. It's what it is, Beanie. You're just going to have to put up with it. So now, as you can see, the shelf is now clear, bar my cornflowers, but that's fine. I'm going to keep them there because they need to dry. So this, I don't clean it before I put it away because it gets dusty and mucky anyway when it's in storage in the shed. So I'm going to go shove this in the shed and bring out the broom because it's a great time to actually clean the floor. We're forwarding to a couple of days later. I haven't been brilliant with my health, so the greenhouse has had to take a back step, which I hate. But I'm going to head up there now, give it a good sweep up, and then get a couple of pots into there. Not going to fill it up yet, but definitely going to get a couple. First, should we have a look at a couple of plants? Look at these. Aren't they so cool? Some have gone a little bit red. These are all turned over, so I'm going to have to cut these back as soon as the buds have finished flowering. My baskets, I'll do these in another video. These need a really nice hack back and to actually be put into the ground. I've still got a couple of flowers coming through on my strawberries. Absolutely love these flowers. I can't stand the smell because I'm highly intolerant to it, but absolutely love these. They're so blue. Still got the passion flowers coming out. I'm going to grab a couple of these before I finish today because I sell them, so I could do with getting them in. Is Beanie in? Beanie's not in. Shut the door. nemesia. These are like mini little snapdragons. They've got their little mouths, which I can't do with one hand. But even though some are a lighter purple and a pinky and all out purple, they're called a bicolour or duo nemesia because they go through several stages. We've got tomatoes going, although it's getting so cold now I'm going to have to get rid of them pretty soon, which makes me feel bad because I'm getting rid of food. I ain't getting too close. I ain't getting close. Okay. Here. Let's just get rid of I can't go past there because there's a great big spider web. Pink succulent. She's doing alright. And over here. Stasis, which is doing quite well. Still, so the bees are still happy. Do we have seeds yet? I don't think I'm going to get seeds from these this year, which is a real shame because they're all falling off. But there's no sign of any seeds. Anyway, what else? Anything else flowering? A couple of lavenders, which is still in flower. I'm not going to get too close again because. Anyway, shall I get on with what I'm supposed to be doing? So I am going to move all of those pots out. I'm going to give it a darn good sweep. I have taken back a lot of tomato foliage because as they're all coming out anyway, it could do with a little bit of space. So I'm going to put you down somehow, somewhere, some way. And let's see if you can see. Okay, so what has gone on in here, and you're probably wondering, what on earth are all those bubbles? It's an eco-friendly dishwashing detergent that I've used a squib of, and in the 2 buckets that I've done, diluted down 1 because I didn't put any in the second bucket. I just used whatever suds were in there. But boiling hot water. When you saw me giving it a scrub, that was when I was getting rid of moss and algae at the top. So, in the second bucket, instead of dishwashing detergent, I put, and it's so bad. I know it's so bad. Don't ever do it. I am not an example. I put a teeny little bit of bleach just to lighten up the stonework, and I only do that once every couple of years. But this whole process I do every year. As soon as that shelving unit comes out from the back there, the whole floor gets washed. I did lift this up and poured under there. I lifted this up and poured under there. I don't want to lift that up because that's directly on. I know it's going to get a little bit, but I don't want bleach going into the plant. And I didn't lift that long one up because it is in its own tray and it's already lifted up by about 1/2 inch, roughly. But I will give that a good couple of hours. There's a drain just under there. I'll give that a couple of hours and then I'll come out and I'll do 2 more, It's a great explanation, Lisa. Well done. I'll give it another good squib over. As soon as that's done, I'll get a couple of plants in. So for now, all the pots are gone. This one and this one are staying because they're actually my winter heaters, as you will find out a little bit later in the year. Very crowded up there. That will be sorted somehow. Up there is my selling shelf, although I keep my tools up there because when I'm watering down here, I don't want my tools to get rusty. So, really, just gotta wait now. I think I've got this to a point that's as spread out as I'm going to be able to get it. So as best I can. When these 2 move, I can actually put another 2 plants there from up here. But one of those is going to go here. And one of them is going to go down here and be my little heater. Now, before I get all the plants in, I need to get rid of this. This is my automatic window opener for the summer, but it's not summer anymore. So, time to replace. Nice and easy. New one is on. And I need things to get a little bit aired in here. I'll come out manually and do it. It gets a little bit too moist. Now I can't close it. There we go. And then the summer one, I keep the screws on. I need to take them off if don't need to. So now we are ready to move in a couple of pots. So here we are with the basic layout of the winter greenhouse, except we've still got to take tomatoes out, but for the most part this is done. One more pot to bring in, which is about the same size as that one, and then these can go more circular when this trough has disappeared, which should be sometime this week. But that is basically the winter greenhouse as is.